Hey folks, Randy McKee here with Coach's Corner, and today I have a real special treat that has nothing to do, I guess, with coaches directly, and probably quite a bit to do with coaches indirectly, but just this week we've learned that Kasha Roberts, South Dakota player, has signed with the Dutch Lions out of Dayton, and the second division women's professional team, and we wanted to talk to Kasha and just kind of find out from her what her experience has been. So, Kasha, we really want to congratulate you on this accomplishment.
Thank you. Such an opportunity. I'm really excited about it.
Well, let's just kind of recap your career up to this point. You know, I think we all know you grew up in Rapid City. You were an all-state player out of Central High School. And let's see, where did you play your club soccer?
Rushmore. And then 1 year I played for SU United as well.
Okay. And then after that you went on to Dakota Wesleyan with really a very special class of women in that group that you went there. You know, that team made a lot of waves, including making it to the national tournament.
Yep. We had a pretty good group. We kind of made the women's program here grow and did some pretty good things with it.
So, you know, you look back at your career, and I know a lot of the players I've worked with over my career have really had that dream of playing professionally. I imagine you're one of those players who definitely wanted to play professionally as well.
Yep, that's kind of always been my dream, and it's kind of nice that the work I've put in is starting to pay off, and I've gotten the opportunities to continue my soccer career.
I noticed on your Facebook page that once you got the news, the first person you thanked was your mom.
Yep, she's the one that's kept me in soccer throughout my life, and with Rushmore and club and everything, it's always so expensive, but she always did whatever she could to make sure I could go to tournaments and everything like that. So it's kind of all because of her that I'm as good as I am, and I've gotten the opportunities that I have.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Dutch Lions organization. You know, I've done a little bit of research on them, and it looks like they have two locations, one in Dayton and one in Texas, and this is the third year for the Dayton team, so they're kind of increasing their expectations, it looked like, for this team.
Yep. The coach was talking about how this year the numbers at the tryout had I think he said they've either doubled or tripled, so they're just starting to get out there and kind of establish themselves, and so the future looks pretty good for them.
Well, you know, speaking of the coach, you know, Coach Van Drunen, you know, it's going to be probably a real treat working with him. You know, a guy who was born in Holland and then grew up in Portugal. That guy must be all soccer.
Yeah, he seems like he knows his stuff, and it'll be kind of interesting to get that Dutch style put in with the American style and kind of learn a different style of soccer.
Well, if you're, you know, playing the Dutch system with the, you know, that they call total soccer, you know, I can't think of any player I've known who's played on every single line, including in the goal, like you have during your career. You should be able to handle that pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I'm used to playing everywhere, and I really have no preference, but I think they're looking to put me at attacking mid, which is probably my second best position, so hopefully good things will come of it.
So tell me a little bit about the tryout process. I mean, did you show up and, you know, everybody in the team have to try out for a job, or were they just looking at some new players to put in the existing roster?
They basically start all over. I think each year they have their tryout, and I mean, this year there was 3 or 4 I think that were on the team last year, but they still had to go through the tryout stuff and everything like that, just like everybody else.
So, you know, being part of the USL, you know, we've had a USL team in South Dakota and has seen a very, you know, good level of soccer here before. Just looking at some of the alums there from the Dutch Lions team, it looks to me like you've had several women move on to real top-level women's soccer, both here in the U.S. and in Europe.
Yeah, they do a lot of like helping with that and helping get you recruited and everything like that, and they do have their connections with your overseas teams and everything like that, so it's not just strictly in the U.S. You have opportunities all over.
Well, Kasha, we want to wish you the best of success over there. We're going to obviously be watching your career. I see that the Dutch Lions have their own internet TV channel, so hopefully we'll be able to see you on board, and we sure hope you'll keep in touch with us. One thing I'd like to ask you before I let you go here, because I know you're busy, but there's probably a lot of teenage female soccer players listening to this and looking at where you are. What are a couple solid pieces of advice that you can give to a young player to move to the position where you are today?
First of all, you just gotta put in the work and just try and go to every tournament you can and stuff like that. And a big thing I think that has helped me over the years is getting in and playing against guys and stuff to increase my speed of play and just being more physical and stuff like that. So first off is just putting in the work and basically never giving up. If you have a goal to go to that next level, keep trying for it and never give up.
Another thing I noticed about you, even starting way back as a youth player in Rapid City, is you were one of those players who understood that all the top players were usually playing with some sort of a hurt or two somewhere on their body, and you just learned how to play through that too.
Yep, that's another thing. If you're injured and you can still run and still do it, sometimes you just gotta push through it and suck it up. I mean, obviously there's gonna be some injuries that are gonna take you away, but when that happens, you just have to do your rehab and work hard to get back as soon as you can and just fight through any adversity that comes your way.
Well, Kasha, we again want to really congratulate you on your accomplishment. We'll be following you, and who knows, maybe someday we'll be making a very long distance phone call over to Europe to talk to you there, but hopefully you'll enjoy your time in Dayton, Ohio, playing with the Dutch Lions and really make a mark. We're very proud of you back here in South Dakota.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I hope there's still plenty more of my soccer career to come.